Okay, welcome to part two of the milling of the plaque lesson. We just finished copying this tool path with the 1/4 inch tool and replacing it with the 1/8 inch tool by right-clicking copying and right-clicking pasting, and then going to parameters and changing that to the 1/8 inch tool out of the list. Alright, but we didn't virtually check it, so let's just take another look at this virtually. So again, we have 3 tool paths now, so we're going to select them all. We're going to regenerate them just in case anything's changed, and then we're going to virtually verify our part. So isometric, and I'm not going to do screen fit just so we can kind of see things a little clearer. So here we go. Cool. Alright, we are looking pretty good. Alright, we do have a few things that we do need to do though. We want to scoop out the material in here. We also want to scoop out the material in. We want to engrave this star. So let's do that. So let's close this down. So let's do the pocketing inside here. So we want to get this down 1/4 inch too, so that the letters look the same. So again, we're going to go back to, before I go any further, I just want to show you that you can turn off all of these tool paths. See, it's a little easier to see what you're doing in terms of, contouring or engraving or pocketing. Again, I think that that might be helpful for us. If you notice over here, it talks about the different kinds of tool paths here. I think it's over here somewhere. I know I saw it before. Maybe it's up here. That's contour. So we want to pocket. There it is right there. So we're going to click pocket. And we want to pocket this inside here and this inside here. And we want to go down 1/4 inch. And again, we don't care about the arrows because we're scooping the material out. So we're going to check box it. And again, remember we have to pick the tool. I think the 1/4 inch tool will fit. So let's click the 1/4 inch tool. And we want to make sure we go to cut parameters and check things out. Remember, we want to go center. Yep, it should be standard. There should be nothing left on the wall, so it still is set up that way. And we're going to go to roughing. It should still be picked as the zigzag. Entry motion should be turned off, and there should be nothing in finishing that we're going to change. And no lead in, lead out. The only thing we got to do is put the depth in here, and see it's even kept the old depth, which is 1/4 inch, so that's also correct. So we'll select it, click, and there, it's pocketed that out. And awesome. So we can check. Let's do it again. Remember, select all and regenerate the path. Again, good habit to get into. And then all of them are selected. And let's go to our virtual verification. So isometric and play. And now we should also have the insides of the A&R scooped out. Cool. So there we go. We would probably want to clean that up a little because you can see that the corners are kind of, messy. So again, that's easy to do. We'll just do a contour. So toolpath contour. And we're going to contour this guy. But again, we want to go on the inside this time. So there's the line segment. So I want to go counterclockwise. So I'm going to select this side. Counterclockwise, excellent. Here's a line segment here, and again, I want to go counterclockwise, so I'm going to select up here, and I am done. It's already set to a contour. I have to pick the tool. Obviously, I've already milled it out with the 1/4 inch tool, so I'm going to now go with the 1/8 inch tool. So, tool, 1/8 inch, there it is selected, so it's the last one we did, so that's awesome. And cut parameters. Everything here looks good, and all of this is right, and the only thing we have to check is the depth, and it's already set to 0.25, so we'll check box it. There it is, it's done, and again we can check everything, select all, and verify. And it just means that we've cleaned it up a little bit, so, and play. Cool, alright. So now I want to scoop out the wood in here, down 1/8 inch. So let's do that. So close closer down. So that's a pocket between this guy and this guy, so it's easy to do. Toolpaths, pocket. And again, I'm going to select chains. I'm going to do this guy and this guy. And I am done. And again, it's said it's a pocket. I need to fix the tool. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch. So tool, 1/4 inch. Look at that. It's kind of guesses for me that it's right, but it's actually just the last one I used. So that's good. I select it. I'm going to go to cut parameters. Just verify standard, center, everything looks really good. Should stay the same, shouldn't be changing anyway. This will all be correct. All correct, all correct. And then I just have to fix this because I only want it down 1/2/5, 1/8 of an inch. So that, you know, there's a difference between the two stars. So I'm going to checkbox it. There, just build that out. And now I can check. So I'll go to verify again, select all, and verify. And isometric, and play. Now you'll notice that here on the corners I have wood left over. I don't really want that, so I'm going to do a little trick. I'm just going to run around the outside of the star and turn the computer off, and then that will actually just mill out those corners. And I'm going to use the 1/4 inch tool to do that, and it's just going to be a contour. So here I go. So I'm going to close that down, and I'm going to go to toolpath, contour. There it is. I don't care about the direction because I'm going to turn the computer off. So I'm just going to select it and say checkbox. And then the tool is 1/4 inch. So change it to the 1/4 inch. And cut parameters. Here's where it gets different. I'm going to turn it off. And you'll notice that that will mean that the tool will run right down the center of the line. So you'll see this tool will move so that the blue line is down the middle because it's going to run down the center of the tool path. So here I go, off. See, there it moved. Everything else is good here. And I am going to go down to linking parameters and put in the depth. And again, it's 1/2/5, 1/8 of an inch, and checkbox. And now the tool has run around this outside. And I am going to go to select all and verify. Isometric and play. Let's see if it got rid of those corners. And it did. See, they're gone. Cool. Alright, I'm going to close that down and do a little engraving. So I'm going to engrave this star. So I'm going to zoom in on that. So I can make a box around stuff just like I could in 9. So I'm going to make my box. I'm holding the mouse down and clicking. So there, I've zoomed in, and I'm going to turn all of them off again. So remember how I did that? I'm going to display to turn them all off. So clicking them off. There, so they're all gone. So there's no toolpath, so it's not confusing. And I just want to engrave this word star. So I'm going to do that. It's easy to do. I'm going to select a contour, and this time I'm going to make a polygon box around the word star, so click polygon, and I'm going to touch here and here and here. I just make sure that whatever I want to engrave is inside the box, so I'm just clicking as I go, and then you'll notice it says double click or hit enter to end the polygon, so I'm just going to hit enter. And now it's asking, hey, where do you want to start the engraving? So I'm just going to start in this lower corner of the S. Could start anywhere, but it makes sense to start here. So I click, and you see how it all went yellow? That indicates that all of this is going to be engraved. So I check box it. And the tool in this case is the engraving tool, which is tool number 5. And I set that up originally, remember? Oh, I haven't been changing the speeds. That was an error. So change that speed, and I also wasn't writing notes, so I better fix that, and I'll go back and fix these. So the feed rate, this is the 5th tool, so it's actually going to be 56, and tab, tab, and 10, tab, 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 and 60. And then I should have been writing a note in here, you know, engraving down 0.03 inches with engraving tool. So there we go. So sorry, that was a mistake on my part. I should have been doing that the whole time. So, all right, and cut parameters. Computer off is right because I wanted to engrave right down the middle, and I just have to put in the depth. So in this case, minus 0.03 inches, and checkbox. And now I will check that. So select all and verify. Isometric and screen fit, and let's play. And there's my engraving. Cool. Alright, I'm going to close that down. Now I should have fixed all these, and I did not. So let me just check to make sure that they're right. So parameters, I know that one's right because I did it right. So parameters and tool. It's should have been 59, 10, 60. And don't forget comments, so blah blah blah. And then checkbox it. And same with this guy. Parameters and tool. So that was tool 4. So that's 57. And this is so that I can stay organized later when I want to change them. When we go from foam to wood, because we will be doing a mock-up and a comment again. So checkbox and parameters tool. That's 59. It's the second tool. And 10 and 60. Blah blah blah. And parameters. That one's right. Checkbox. And that's tool 4, so that's 57. And 10, 60. Blah blah blah. Good. And checkbox. Parameters. 10, 60, and checkbox, and last guy, and 59, 10, 60, awesome, and and checkbox. Alright, I'm going to do select all, and regenerate the paths, and I am going to verify. Fantastic. And isometric, screen fit, and play. And everything should be right, including the speeds this time. So awesome. I just have the drilling cycle to do last. So screen fit. And here we go. Drilling cycle. Tool path. Drill. And automatic. And I'm going to select these guys. Boom. 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 Nice. Boom. 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 And checkbox. It's a drilling cycle. I'm going to go to the tool. It's the 1/4 inch tool. I'm going to go to the cut parameters. It's drilling and boring. So that's great stuff. I don't have a problem with that. It's going to go down through the material. So we need to go